CFL family, and welcome back to our channel, and welcome back to Vlogmas. Can you believe it? It's almost here. We've got 6 days until Christmas Eve and 7 days until Christmas Day. Where did the time go? It's just snuck up on me. I've been having so much fun that I didn't even realize we had gotten this close. But today's video is going to be a last for me for 2024. This is going to be my very last collaboration video for 2024. And I am thrilled that I am part of this collaboration, and then it's going to be my last one for the year. Because you know what? We are very heavily into homemade gifts. Now this year I did run out of a little bit of time, and the homemade gift that I'm making for our kids did not get done for Christmas. But I digress. We celebrate what we call Little Christmas, which is the Orthodox Christmas in January. So they will be done by then. But for this video, I'm going a little out of box on this one, and I'm going to make something edible for a gift. But before I get to that, let me tell you a little bit about this collaboration that I'm in. And if you're new here, you'll learn very quickly. I have my little notepad so I don't screw up. Okay. So it's called Gifts from the Home. So obviously, I've already spilled the beans. It's all about making homemade gifts. Anything you can cook, bake, do in a crafting room, sew, crochet, knit, all of that sort of stuff. So guess what? I guess my Vlogmas has been all about homemade gifts because I've been doing just that. I've been cooking and I've been crafting, and we've been having a blast doing it. So any of my videos would have worked for this, but I chose one specifically for this collaboration, which I thought people would really, really enjoy. Okay, back to it. It is hosted by our good friend Tina over Life in the Piedmont. Now, she has an awesome channel. If you haven't, go check her out. I will link her and the playlist to the collaboration down in the description below. Amazing lady. She has some amazing ideas, amazing recipes, and all around great lady. So please go check her out. But as I stated, it has been all about homemade gifts. So we have seen cookies, we have seen mixes, we have seen soaps, crafts. I mean, you name it, we've pretty much seen it. And it's been a blast. I still have to catch up on some of the videos myself, I will admit that. But I've been having a blast watching what other creators are coming up with. So it's awesome. It's pretty much just to show you that, you know, Christmas doesn't have to cost a lot. And a lot of people these days, homemade gifts, they really do touch your heart. And my kids love it. I mean, I've been doing homemade gifts for them since they were babies. And they've really, really loved it. And now that I'm a grandma, it takes on a whole new meaning. So I can't wait for future holidays so that I can continue on that tradition. So this is an amazing collaboration, and I'm so thankful that Tina asked me to be a part of it. So that being said, now I get to tell you what I'm going to do for this video. So as I stated, I'm doing something that's edible. Now, whenever you think about gifting at Christmas time, you think of candies or party mixes or cookies even. But you never really think about other things like, well, you can sometimes think of pies, fruitcakes, cakes, all that sort of stuff. But nobody ever really thinks about hors d'oeuvres. That's right. If you haven't figured it out yet, the sense of my whole Vlogmas this year is hors d'oeuvres. Things you can serve on party trays and all that sort of stuff. This is no different. Today I'm going to show you my version of a pulled pork pot pie type thing. It's kind of like, I know over in England they have something called a mince pie, and it sounds interesting, but I'm not a big raisin fan or a sweet fan when it comes to using ground beef. So I came up with an idea to do a pulled pork version. So I'm doing a pulled pork mincemeat pie type thing that would make an amazing gift for anybody in your family and your friends and all that sort of stuff. And it's a very, very yummy idea. And it certainly is out of the box because it's nowhere near sweet. It's a savory dish. So anyways, let's hop in and I'll show you how to get this done. All right, everyone. So as you can see, I'm starting off with my ground pork instead of pulled pork. And I'm seasoning it with my spices. I just added a little bit of that honey barbecue seasoning. Now I'm adding some garlic powder. Can't forget the onion powder. And then of course the sweet paprika. And yes, can't forget the liquid smoke. And of course, you can't forget to stir. As you can see, I added a little bit of water to help with the cooking process. I'm going to let this simmer and cook for the next little while, and we'll be back shortly with the next step. Okay, so as you can see, it is actually done cooking, and I've stirred it up a little bit to break it apart. Now I'm going to add some of the Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar barbecue sauce to it to make it more like a barbecued pulled pork sandwich. Now I had to add a little bit more, like in little increments, to make sure I got enough to cover all of the meat. But eventually I do get there, and as you can see, it looks great. So now let's move on to preparing the pie shells. If you've watched my previous Vlogmases, you'll recognize these. I told you when I did the pizza tartlets that I had another idea for these little tartlet shells, and this is what I was talking about. Told you it wouldn't be long before you'd get to see it. As you can see, I'm grabbing my fork after I've laid them all out, and it's time to pierce all of them to help with the cooking process. That's right, we're going to speed this up a little bit. Activate coffee power! Alright everyone, now on to the next step. As you can see, I've got my shredded mozzarella, and I'm going to do half of them with the mozzarella and half of them without. You know, sometimes you want to change it up. Some people don't like cheese, so you just want to make sure that you can change it up. Now you can also make these your own as well by adding certain things, like you could add onions, or you could add peppers, or anything really that you want. You can make this meat pie your own, or you could even try the traditional English minced meat pie. I'm just not so sure about the sweet with ground meat. That's just me though. But as you see, you're going to want to fill up your tartlet shells, and you're going to want to pack it down because you're going to be putting a pie crust over top, so you don't want it to burst out. So now that I have them all done, and you can see I've added a little bit more of the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on top so it's not so dry, I'm pulling out my second pie crust from this container, and I'm using one of these spare tartlet shells to cut a circle. Doing this makes a perfectly round circle that will fit right on top of your little tartlet, and you'll be able to make it look like a little tiny meat pie, like a pot pie or whatever. You'll be able to crimp down the sides, which you'll see me do here in a moment, and make it look like a cute little pie. I mean, look at that little round. And as you can see, it fits. So I'm going to spare you guys watching me do this, and let's jump ahead to the next step, which is creating our little pot pie closures. So once again, you take your fork, and just like a normal pie, you just kind of fork it together and just press. And there you go. It's done. But one moment, we have some Franken pies. That's right. I didn't quite have enough pie shell to cover all of my pies, so I took the bits and pieces that were left over, and these 4 tartlets got covered with the bits and pieces. So we have Franken pies. It's a new thing, can you believe it? Now to bake our pies in a preheated oven of 375 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes or until golden brown. Be back soon. All right, everyone, so what do you think? Don't those look great? I mean, look at them. They turned out beautifully nice and golden. And okay, it worked better than I actually thought it was going to. So that's amazing. So we're going to let them do their sitting time on the tray, and I'll be back with you guys in just one moment. Okay, CFL family, give me your honest opinion. What did you guys think? I know, we have a couple of mutant pies in there. I was just trying to make sure that I used up all of the dough so none of it went to waste. And I got creative. I didn't want to open up another pie crust just to do a couple more pies out of it. So I got creative and I used what I had on hand. And you know what? It's a thought that counts when it comes to a Christmas gift. But what do you guys think? Would you guys love getting something like that for your holiday meal or for a gift? I mean, put it in a nice, cute little tin with like maybe one of our many, as you see on our tree, homemade ornaments taped to the front of it. And they get to keep the ornament and they get to keep the tin and they get to enjoy a yummy treat that maybe they may not have thought of themselves, or something that they could share with their families and just have a great, bring back memories even. I mean, there's so many different things you can do when it comes to a homemade gift, especially when it comes from your kitchen. It doesn't have to be cookies or something sweet like candies or anything like that. You can branch out and do something as simple as a meat pie or a sausage roll or a mozzarella stick. Okay, well, maybe not a mozzarella stick because those need to be fresh, but you get my point. You can really have fun with it and come up with some really interesting ideas and things to give as out of the box kind of gift when it comes to homemade. There's endless possibilities. So I hope you guys will check out the playlist. Once again, it'll be linked in the description below. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, think about giving it a thumbs up. It really would help. And if you haven't yet and you like what you see and you're excited for new things to come in the new year and new adventures and more family chaos, then think about hitting that subscribe button and come join our family. We're growing rapidly and we welcome everybody with open arms and open hearts. Also, if you have hit that subscribe button and you've forgotten to, don't forget, hit that notification bell. You don't want to miss out on all the stuff I just mentioned because we do have some really interesting and fun adventures coming in the new year. So come along with us and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. But that being said, I gotta get these put away before the rest of the family tries to take off with them. So I will see everybody in the next one. Bye, everybody.